start out with, it was an interview conducted by Judy Dick Summer back in, as you see, back in May. But when you see the interview, all you're going to see is Mary Ann and Bill. But we want to take a look at a few things before that, so you can see what we are, what they were talking about. So here you have the title page. Bill brought in, and there's a copy up to the table if you want to look at it later on, brought in the family album from which we scanned some photos, not all of them, because it involved a huge number of photos. So, from that photo album, we have this a slide here. If Bill wants to make some kind of comment, he's got a microphone there. Or if some of you want to make a comment, raise your hand, and we'd like to have you use a microphone so that it gets tape recorded and video recorded and put on the DVD that Kevin will be doing today. So it all started with the grandparents on the left-hand side, and you can see Peter and Elizabeth, and on the right side, Marion's side has the wedding picture of her parents. And Albert is on the left side, the Krolls. So we have, from the Krolls, from the grandparents, we have Alan, Marie Kroll family. You see pictures of them in the upper left-hand side, plus the family farm in the lower right-hand side, and the family of the 6 Kroll children in the lower corner. Bill, who's that in the upper right-hand corner?
I think that's my mom.
You think that's your mom?
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll go with that. We think it's your mom. Okay.
That's what my sister said anyway.
Okay. Here we have a photo of numerous people. And any comments there, Bill?
Quite a looking bunch.
Now, 2 of those were not born. Chuck and Bill were not born.
No, Chuck and I are not on there yet.
So we were debating who was Chuck and who was Bill on here. We never did figure it out. And they ended up being who.
So the other 2 people on here is just to the right of my mom. There's her brother Harold and Harold's daughter Carolyn.
So where's Lucille?
She's not there. She took the picture.
Of course she did.
The Kroll farm. Any comments about the Kroll farm?
What you don't see on there is a machine shed and a 3-stall car garage off to the left. We tried finding pictures. This is the only farm picture we could find. Many of the farmers had pictures, from airplane view taken over. We never had one of those.
And the barn was burned in what?
Not that long ago. Maybe 3-4 years ago.
The barn.
The barn burned down, yeah.
And where was the farm located?
The farm is located right on Highway 42, right across from County Trunk G going down to Horseshoe Bay. It is now Shortner's Farm Market.
Across the other side of Plum Bottom, we had the school that the Kroll 6 kids went to, Sunny Point School at one time or other.
Yeah, I went there till I was in the 7th grade, and being that we consolidated with Sevastopol at the time, the 8th grade went to Sevastopol. Chuck was there until it got burnt out. Is that right, Chuck?
Well, 6 months. The first year I was away is when it burned.
Okay, it burnt after you left.
Yeah.
Okay.
It burnt around Christmas, didn't it? I think.
It may have.
And then we had to advance on from elementary schools to Sevastopol on the left-hand side and Sturgeon Bay on the right-hand side. You want to make any comments about why Sturgeon Bay and why Sevastopol?
Well, I went to Sevastopol as a freshman, then my dad passed away. when I was a freshman. And then Mom sold the farm, and of course I had to move with her. And I ended up being a Sturgeon Bay student after that. And Chuck.
Good-looking guys on the left down there.
Yeah, Bob and Tom are down on the left.
Even if you have to say so yourself.
Those are the only two guys I saw carrying books to school. So 2 out of the 5 boys went to school with books. Who are they, Bill?
There's my brother Tom and brother Bob, my 2 oldest brothers.
They were the only boys that were students then, huh?
I guess that's true.
I think Tom should stand up.
When I was listening to the interview, I'll make a comment here. When
I
I was
got you in
listening to the
there. Got
interview,
you in the middle up there.
Oh, yeah.
Bill mentioned several times is the importance of neighbors and families on the farm. And so we've got 2 slides here of lots of families and neighbor members. And if any of you grew up on a farm, you would, and in particular in Door County with orchards, you know you would have people in the summertime helping you out from across the street, wherever. So Bill, in the interview, mentions many, many of those people, and I don't know how he remembered them all, but we'll see that in the interview. So we have a slide here of the typical summertime orchard and farm in Door County. And I guess just a few more here.
Before you change that picture, notice that nice looking guy in the middle. Right smack dab in the middle, like that heavy-set kid, that's me.
Anything else you want to talk about yourself?
My younger brother Chuck there up in the top or in the middle.
Just a few more family and neighbor pictures of down on the farm, out on Highway 42 in the orchard.
On the left side in the middle, there's Stanford and Rosella Johnson. Pete Lemire had mentioned that Miss Bry, who is Rosella Johnson, was his teacher here at Egg Harbor.
Who's that on the right, on the bottom?
I don't know those people on the bottom. On the bottom, to the right on the bottom, I see Elsie and Herman Schmidt.
Besides the orchard and farm work, baseball was important in the Kroll family. So I found these photos in the photo album. What I was wondering about is the one in the upper left-hand corner. Who was that with a baseball uniform?
That's got to be my dad.
That's probably your dad and Mary Ann, I would think. Is that you, Mary Ann?
That's Mom. That's Mom.
And the baby.
Mary Ann's the baby, yeah, most likely.
Who are the other ball players on there?
The one in the center top is Chuck here, sitting right next to me. And the one on the right is myself.
SB.
Sturgeon Bay, we both played for the Legion. Chuck played for the Legion as an 8th grader. And I think back then, Giz, you might even been there for a few games.
Maybe.
He was coached after John Kern left.
I'm that old.
Yes. You are.
The bottom, who do you have for the Egg Harbor?
Oh, we got Chuck on the left, Brother Dick in the center, and I'm on the right. I love those uniforms, huh?
Yeah.
We had the yellow and the Institute had the baby blue.
Turn me over.
The family grew, I've got them labeled here, Tom and Betty and Bill and Carol in the middle of Group B, Mary Ehlers and Cliff. Mary Ann married Cliff Ehlers, Dick and Sue, Bob and Gladys, and Chuck and Julie.
Ooh, I like Dick's haircut. I like that one.
Now, there are a couple kids missing here because they weren't born yet, so we didn't have a photo in there, but you can see all the kids, and because we have quite a few kids involved, many times when we have these programs, we don't go any much deeper into the family than what you see there. We do see them as adults, they did grow up, and the Kroll party, you kind of see the groupings there. You have any comments about that?
This is a great picture.
So where are you?
Well, let's see. I'm in the The guy with the brown and the blue, brown tie up there in upper left.
We wanted to know why your cheeks are sunburned.
Oh, I always take pictures with red in there. I don't know why. They're always like that.
And Mary Ann, who did the interview with you, where's she?
She's upper right, up next to Cliff on the right-hand side.
You want to identify any of the others?
We can go from the left. Let's go right across. There's Sue Kroll on top, Dick's wife, myself, and there's Dick, brother Tom, Mary Ann, Mary Ann's husband Cliff Ehlers. Then from the left bottom is Chuck, his wife Julie, and I don't know who the next one is.
Your wife.
Oh yeah, that's Carol. And then Tom's wife Betty, and there's Bob and my oldest brother Bob and Gladys on the bottom right.
Here's the Kroll family a little bit later. In the lower right corner, the photo says 2013. So I assume these are the kids in 2013. I hope we got them labeled right. I did have some help from Charlene Miller, but do you think we got them right?
You got them right.
We got them right.
Yep. Quite a looking crew.
Now here's where we run into a problem a bit. We had a discussion here. We tried to name these. They weren't named this way in the book. We tried to name these by what we thought were the age. So we do have mistakes here.
Yes.
We were correcting those at the beginning, and that's what kind of messed up our technology, and we ended up like we are now, a little bit old-fashioned, but it's going okay. You want to rename those, Bill?
Okay, number 5 is Brother Dick. He's no longer with us. 11 and a half years ago, he passed away. Number 1 is Mary Ann. Bob is number 3. We lost him about 3 years ago. Tom is number 4. And number 6 is Carolyn Deitch, who's my first cousin. And number 2 is Harold Deitch, my Uncle Harold, my mom's brother.
So that's kind of an introduction to the interview. Those are the people, the places, and the things in the Kroll family. We're going to take a look at it. It says here, time for the interview. That's what we came for. So we're going to take a look at that interview now. We hope things are going to roll okay.
Today is May 20th, 2025. The Egg Harbor Historical Society is pleased to present the family history of Peter Kroll, to be given by Mary Ann Kroll Ehlers and Bill Kroll.
Sir.
And so we're very happy to have you. And would you like to start with your story on how
Okay,
how
the
they
grandparents?
came about? Yes.
Grandparents Peter and Elizabeth Kroll arrived in 1907. They came from Pennsylvania, arrived from Austria at age 11. And the reason they came, they were out of the coal mine. They were getting out of the coal mines to farming. And the parents' occupation, maybe grandparents. Dairy farming and cherry orchard, and my dad was town chairman, Albert Kroll. Farming in they were coal mining in Pennsylvania, farming in Austria, and the original home is now Shortner's Farm Market on Highway 42. The schools attended would be Sunny Point.
Well, let's
If that's okay, should I
let's go back to the grandparents, Peter and
Okay.
Elizabeth, and then your dad was Albert.
Right.
So when was Albert born?
1907,
Okay, and
right?
that
Yes.
was in Egg Harbor on the farm that they bought, which you said was how many acres that they bought?
It was a 160-acre farm.
Ended up with 160 acres.
Yes. Okay.
160-acre farm.
And then he married Marie,
Dite,
okay, and she was from Sturgeon Bay, and she was born in,
1915.
yes, okay. So, and you were telling us that the grandparents lived with your parents and even some of the other people, some of the other brothers
Relatives.
or relatives in the house. At first,
and they were
when
first
all got
married.
married, until the grandparents passed away.
Yes,
Yes, so that was quite a household.
Right, going back to Peter and the children that they had. Of course, there was my dad, and I had Uncle Frank, and we had two sets of twins, 13 months apart. So that was a problem. I bet you wear diapers and everything back then.
yeah.
How'd
Can
you
you
raise
imagine?
four kids less than a year old?
You forgot the oldest one. What was his name?
Ed?
Ed.
Wow. And did all those people live there when your parents were married? When they
No, I wouldn't.
They had left by
Oh,
then?
they had
Yeah,
all
by
left.
then.
Yes,
Yeah. they
okay,
left.
yeah. So they were very busy,
They were
yes.
busy farming, doing the dairy farm, cherry orchard, 20 acres of
Raising a
cherries.
huge garden.
Mom always had a huge garden. Didn't leave much to be desired for food. She always had
Yeah,
freezer full, canned all the time.
right.
Raised our own beef, cows,
And pork.
and pork. We had always had pigs and chickens.
Chickens.
So we had
Get our
everything
own
we needed
eggs.
pretty much. So
Okay. So then, that, after, then they were by themselves, then your parents started having children also, right?
right.
Right.
Okay,
So Mary Ann is the oldest here.
Yes, I am. I have
Yeah.
5 brothers.
Then there was brother Bob and brother Tom and Dick, then myself and my younger brother Chuck.
okay. Why don't you tell us how the duties were done as far as chores for the family, what each of you had to do? Like Mary Ann, you were the oldest, so what did you have to do to help out with everything growing up?
Well, we hoed in the garden. A lot. In the house, I helped with my mother with everything. A lot of things.
As for the boys, I guess the biggest part of the farming is milking cows.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can remember before we had milk machines, you'd be milking by hand.
Yes.
And Bob would have a certain cows to milk, and Tom would have a certain cows to milk. And when I got low enough, I was the bag washer.
Okay.
And
I
didn't
cleaned
have-
them up.
And I didn't have to do that.
All the milk I put in milk cans. You got carried down to our milk house and got set in a tank of water for cooling.
And did you name your cows?
I don't think they all had, we knew them by number.
Okay.
Every cow then went in their own stanchion.
Yes.
They knew where to go.
Yeah,
Okay.
I did.
And did you always have a dog or anything?
We always had a dog, and dog was always named Teddy.
And
Didn't make any difference what dog we had, it was Teddy.
and was always outside. Never had the dog in the house.
Was it a shepherd?
Usually a collie.
Oh,
Usually
a collie, yeah. Yeah,
Collie or collie mix.
Yeah.
okay.
And we did dishes. You know, there was no dishwasher, of course.
Right.
And so I usually washed and the boys dried. They had to take turns.
Yes.
It was an interesting time. It got zapped a lot of times with the dish towel.
Another thing I remember for talking about meals in the house, you always, breakfast you don't normally eat together, but noon meal you had together. And every night, Mom always had mashed potatoes and gravy. Every night. And Sunday was a big day, we always had chicken.
We did.
We had our own chicken, we raised our own roosters. So on Saturday, we were butchered chicken, and
Yes.
on Sunday, we ate it.
Was it always at noon?
I believe so, yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Our dinner was always noon, supper was night. Now people call it dinner late, but our dinner was at noon.
And we butchered those chickens.
We butchered them.
And
Picked the
then,
feathers,
did they fry them then?
That was all
roasted.
baked.
Baked?
All baked or
Yeah,
roasted, yeah.
roasted, yeah.
Okay. Okay.
We all had our piece that we wanted. I think I always got a leg.
Well, that means a lot.
It does.
That when you have a favorite piece,
My mother was a good cook.
that's good.
Always had dessert.
Oh.
Never were lacking something to eat.
Homemade
It's one good
bread.
thing. Yeah, she made homemade bread every other day, 4 loaves.
Yeah.
And who was ever there quickest got the warm crust with the butter on.
Yeah. Yes, yes.
Absolutely.
Always good.
What kind of desserts did you always have?
Pies, cakes,
Yeah, she did a lot of baking,
Bars.
pies, yeah.
cookies, you know.
So you probably had to take lunches to school,
We
right?
We did.
We did.
Until we consolidated with Sevastopol, then
Right.
Sevastopol used to bring lunch in the great big containers,
Mm-hmm.
heated containers, and we'd have a warm dinner. Back then, I recall it cost us 20 cents a meal, it's $1 a week for food.
Mm-hmm.
The big room where Dick was in was $1.25 a day.
We-
I do
We
remember that.
weren't, the older ones, we took
that-
lunch, hot, cold lunch,
Yep.
all the while.
Yeah.
Because, you know, they didn't have it then.
But you had homemade bread.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Did she ever buy any or not?
Yeah,
Once
and
in
they
a
always call
while.
it baker's bread.
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't know why, that's the term I always used.
yeah. I still bake bread
Do you? That's wonderful.
from scratch.
How many times do you do that?
Once a week, maybe,
Okay.
whenever somebody comes home.
Baked bread, there's nothing like it, and everybody used to fight for the crust.
I know.
Yeah,
That's right.
yes. Oh, but when that melted butter, yeah,
Yep,
wonderful.
couldn't beat it.
So, yeah, like you said, you had your own, you never had to worry about food.
Oh, no.
Never did.
No.
Because there was a, so tell me about the cherry picking, how that went in the summer. How did everybody get dispersed with jobs for that?
Well, when I was, you know, younger, everybody got a ticket. And then I did the punching and you crated them in wooden crates and you picked out the bad ones, right? Mm-hmm. Then later on, it was fantastic. You just threw them in the water, in the tanks.
That's for you, not on Dad's farm though. That was for your
Oh,
farm.
that was on Dad's farm,
No,
was it?
but when Dad died, we were still putting them in crates.
Okay.
Then they get loaded on a truck at the end of the day and
Yeah.
head to the fruit growers in Sturgeon Bay.
Right,
And some nights they'd be there till 2 or 3 in the morning because there's a big line of trucks.
yeah.
Everybody had a little cherry orchard back then. We had our orchard across the road with Bob Martin's with his cherry orchard. Down the side road was Paul Keane, he had a cherry orchard. So,
Gabert's,
did Gavers have one too? Yes, they did. That was a big thing. Now there's one processor and he's got most of the cherries in Door County.
Yeah.
Sequist.
oh yeah, for sure.
Yes, yes.
That was always a big time of the year. The cherry season lasted about 3 weeks.
Oh,
And we had all local pickers. Other places that had larger cherry orchards had Mexicans or other
Yeah,
people come
they
in.
did.
And say they'd come in large trucks.
But we all had locals.
We always had locals.
So what did you do with your cherry picking money?
Don't really know. I guess we spent it on clothes.
I guess. Sure.
We didn't have any games to play. No electronics back then.
No. But we had other games.
Board games we had.
Did you go to the fair?
Of course.
Always. And as we're growing up, I used to take things to the fair. I used to do gardening and I used to do woodworking
Yeah.
through 4-H. Always had items at the fair.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we were down there every day back then.
Did you take animals?
I didn't take animals, our kids took animals.
Okay.
but I myself didn't take animals.
All right.
I did.
Mary Ann, did you take baked goods or anything?
I'm trying
Were
to
you in
think.
4-H? Were you?
Probably, if I guess so, years ago.
Because the 4-H used to
Used to be
always
big.
have
It was a big thing.
you bring something to the fair,
Right.
and you know.
When I was growing up, I don't know if we took, did we take a lot to the fair from at home?
I just remember taking vegetables and stuff to the fair.
Okay,
Okay, so your mom did that.
She helped us out.
Oh, yeah.
We grew, had
Oh,
our
you
little
did.
garden, and
Yeah.
I remember having 4-H. I had Chuck Richards for a woodworking instructor back then,
Very good.
way down on the Horseshoe Bay Farms.
Yes.
yeah.
Wonderful. That's very nice. And did you get some woodworking in grade school at Sunny Point from a teacher?
No,
Oh, you never did? huh?
no.
Okay.
My first woodworking was when I was at Sturgeon Bay High School.
Did you get anything in grade school that someone else taught you extra to learn about homemaking or anything like that?
Not that I recall, really.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, then, why don't you tell us who your teachers were, and then you can tell who your teachers were when you went to Sunny Point School.
Well, Marie Order was in the lower grades. I really don't, I think we're, Arzetta's husband, Metallicson, I think he was there. I really can't tell you.
Okay. Well, that was you who had Warpinski.
Yes, I had Mrs. Warpinski for the first and second grade, and I had Miss Voigt, name was Genevieve Voigt,
Oh, yeah.
and through 5 through 7 I had Henry Gilson.
Okay.
And one of the main things about Sunny Point School, in the second grade there were just 2 of us, myself and Clyde Hosenjigger. We were only 2 kids in the second grade. They went on vacation for a while. I didn't have school for a week. It was different.
And you were the only person in your class?
No, I was the only girl.
Yeah. Well, how many boys did you?
I think there was 5.
Well, that sounds like me too.
Yeah.
Then once then we consolidated with Sevastopol. They took out all the small schools in the area. There was Groveland and Sevastopol, Sunny Point, and I don't know which other ones there were, Carlsville. And eventually the 8th grade all went to Sevastopol instead. So there was only 1 through 7 at that time.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
And how we got hauled to school, when I was in the lower grades, I had Hank and Bernice Carmody used to pick us up in cars. They picked up a load and take them to school, and pick up another load, take them to school. And then after we consolidated with Sevastopol, we got to ride the big yellow school bus. Lester Volkman was our driver.
So, for you, they hadn't consolidated yet, I bet,
Oh, no,
by, you know,
no.
How did you get to school most of the time?
We
Remember?
well, in the spring and fall, I rode a bike.
I did that a few times too.
I don't. In the wintertime, I remember when I was younger though, that we had horses in a sleigh.
Okay.
I mean, somebody had, it was a big sleigh.
I remember in the back
Covered.
of Wilmer Martin's shed, we used to go over there once in a while because Dick and I
Yeah.
used to go over and we used to, Carol Martin's over there about Dick's age, and
Yeah.
in the back shed they had actually a school bus, a sleigh school bus
That was
with a
one.
heater inside the school bus.
That's the one we were on.
Okay. So that might still be stored there for all I know.
I don't know.
and today, when I was watching this one video, the person was talking about how they rode in that kind of a sleigh
Sure.
to school
Oh, yeah.
or bus to church. And she said, when I think back to that now, it was a wood stove. And she said, if it would have
Huh.
dumped over
Sure.
and caught on fire, we'd have all burnt to
Oh,
death.
yeah.
You know, she was just, she said it was something that you just didn't think about at that time in your life, you
Right.
know, whatever. But that was what they did have for
Right.
heated, yes. So, you know.
Interesting.
So then when you got into high school, how did that go? I bet you liked that because you could find, there were a lot of girls there then,
Oh, yeah.
right?
It was nice.
What did you like best in high school?
I sort of liked like arithmetic and all that, you know, and you were in high school, they called it
Math.
math, yes. It was-
Did any of you play sports? in high
I,
school?
I didn't,
They didn't have girls' sports
They didn't have
back,
girls'
way
sports
back
then.
then.
Okay,
they didn't have it. We just had FIAD.
Yep.
okay.
Yeah, when I was in high school, I made the baseball team as a freshman. And the nice thing about that, 'cause Brother Dick was a pitcher and I was a catcher.
Yep.
He was a senior, I was a freshman. And he and Al Tank were the two pitchers and I was a catcher at the time. It was fun. I played a little basketball and some football. When I moved to Sturgeon Bay, things got a little bit different. There was a lot more competition. I ended up just being baseball there. So I led it all 4 years in high school in baseball. It was good.
Wonderful.
It was a tough time in my life to move from one school to another.
I'm sure it
When you were
was.
a freshman and moved to another school, and it wasn't that far away, but you didn't know the kids, you didn't grow up with them.
No,
So, got through it, do the best you can.
Yeah.
Going back on the farm and stuff like that. Dad was probably one of the first people in our area to have a hay baler,
Okay.
and because of that, the neighbors asked to have help too. So he baled hay for our farm. He baled hay for Stanley Gresky, Ed Bavery, Donald Krieger, and we actually made a little money on the side because we would help the neighbors. And I remember getting paid 50 cents an hour for helping in the hay. I remember back then, Dad got paid 8 cents a bale for baling the hay.
is that right?
Yep.
You don't remember the threshing machine?
I don't.
See, I do, because the neighbors would get together, they all helped each other. And then my mother and I we've made a lot of food, and we served them, you know. It was interesting time.
Well, I think that a lot of people look forward to that because it was the
Well,
helping
It
that
was.
all the neighbors got together and, you know, they worked hard, but then everybody ate hearty and
Visited.
it was, yeah, it was quite the kind of celebration and they would go from one farm to another.
Absolutely.
Yes, and,
My
And back
dad-
then, somebody that lived a mile away from you was still your neighbor.
yes,
I mean, you never consider anybody you knew was your neighbor. Now you can live in the big city and you don't know your next door neighbor.
yes,
So,
that's true.
and everybody seemed to get along, help everybody out.
They did.
It's wonderful. So, when did you get a telephone?
I can remember the telephone being installed. I'm guessing I'm guessing maybe in 1958, somewhere in that area.
Okay.
I had a phone before that. We had a phone before
You had
that.
a phone
when
before
I was
that?
in high school, yeah.
Okay. I
Yeah.
do remember
Party
installing
line.
it. 8-person party line.
Yep.
I remember our number being 1424J1.
I don't remember.
Remember our neighbors was 1424R1. We had 8-party line. So if you ever want to use a phone, you pick it up, most likely somebody's gonna be
Somebody's
talking. One nice thing about the whole situation, we got Bob and Mabel Martins lived across the road from us, just a little bit south. We got their ring and they got our ring. So if you ever went away and wanted to leave a message, if you if he knew a call was coming in, they'd say, would you pick up the phone when our telephone rings and you can leave the message that you want to leave? So you had your own personal
Yeah.
secretary back then.
Wow,
Find kind of neat.
yeah. I was gonna ask you, was it, I can remember 1 long and 4 short is what
Yes.
ours was.
We didn't have that. We just had a 1 long ring, or if we had 2 long rings, then it would be Martin's.
Okay,
Bob and Mabel
No,
Martin's.
that's right.
Yep.
but when some people would get on the
They wouldn't
line,
go
Oh.
get off.
they didn't wanna get off. So, yeah,
It's true.
it was, yes. So, so I don't know, we were talking about, the parents, what they did, and you said played cards with the neighbors.
They did. Not with the neighbors, but with people that,
Yeah.
they played with the
Friends.
Bryes, they played with the Johnsons and
They also,
Hinchells and a lot of different people.
they also went to a lot of dances, you know, polkas. They had it at
Fernwood
the Fernwood
Gardens.
Gardens. But they took me there too when I was, I don't know, grade school.
Now it's been related, it's been turned back to Fernwood Gardens again, since they tore down Mr. G's.
So that was always a good time.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, and so what did you kids do for entertainment? Like, you know, when you didn't have to do your work, oh, you must have gone swimming, right?
We would go swimming. At the end of the day, we'd ride our bikes down to Horseshoe Bay. And then so later, hour or two later, Dad would come down with the truck and haul us back home again. It was downhill there, so they gave us a ride back. And as kids, we rode a lot of bike.
Yeah.
Dick and I rode a lot of bike together. We'd ride bikes up to the Dobners, have ball games,
Sure.
rode to the neighbors. There's always enough neighbors around to play with the kids, my age. Didn't seem that Mom and Dad really cared that we got on our bikes and left. Nobody really cared back then. Be home for supper.
Yeah.
The world was so safe, wasn't it?
It was.
For us,
Yeah.
yeah. When you think about it, it
Well,
really,
compared to today.
yeah. So, so you told, so is there anything, well, do you want to talk about your families, how they grew? Or do you have any more things about your growing up? Are we doing okay?
I remember going to I went with Mom and Dad a lot. When we go to Sturgeon Bay, the grocery shopping, I remember Mom used to take crates of eggs. We had lots of chickens. She'd take crates of eggs down to Piggly Wiggly, and then when she checked out, she got credit for the eggs that she brought down there. I remember going with Dad a lot, going down to Egg Harbor every other week to get feed ground
Oh, yeah.
at Birchinger's feed mill. Used to get a kick out of it. Always Stiffy Birchinger was there. Remember that name? And
yeah.
that was every 2 weeks we did that. I remember going to, I guess Mom belonged to with your mom in the church, and I remember going down to your place, going along with Mom. So I must have been 4 or 5 years old at the time. Remember going along, followed them wherever they went.
Sometimes they'd have bake sales there.
Sure.
Oh, yeah.
Or, yeah, well, that church was pretty much a part of life, wasn't it?
We
at
did,
that
every Sunday
time?
morning, we packed up our car, the kids all got in that big old 1950 Hudson.
Yeah.
It was built like a tank. Dad was always an usher there.
That's right.
Dad always wore a suit and tie. I remember him ushering with Joe Charneski every Sunday. Never missed. Big part of the family.
Yeah,
Stopped at Mrs. Norman's.
Stop at Mrs. Norman's if you want something on the
Everybody
way
got
home
a
from
candy
church.
bar and a paper, huh?
Yeah.
so what did you do the rest of the day on Sunday then?
We watched,
Don't recall.
I don't even. always, sometimes we went visited. Went
Visited.
somewhere. You had people over.
Yeah.
a
I remember
lot.
going up, to, when Lester Burns, that Burns Brothers Lumber Company.
Yeah.
In fact, Lester Burns' wife was a sister to my mother. And we would go up to Sister Bay and visit them at least once a year. And they'd come by us once a
Yeah,
year,
Yeah, yeah.
so. I don't know what else we did.
No, but Dorothy and Bill and them used to come out a lot. too.
Yes, another sister, Dorothy Mueller, was another sister to my mom,
Okay,
so they were close by,
okay.
Sturgeon Bay.
yeah.
Very nice. Did you get to Sturgeon Bay a lot?
Yeah.
Sturgeon Bay enough, but never over the Brussels Hill, as they call it. Never left, I can't remember going to Green Bay
Okay.
growing up.
Did you get past Egg Harbor north?
Probably not. We had our own little area from Sturgeon Bay to Egg Harbor.
Uh,
That was really it.
We went to the grocery store once a week
Yeah.
for sure. Didn't we?
Well, I'm sure mom and dad, or just mom did, most likely.
Mom did, and us kids. I went a lot with her growing up.
Yeah. So did your dad cut your hair? Is that what you did for?
Yeah,
Yeah.
probably once a month, on a Saturday morning, we all lined up. Bob got his, and Tom got his, and Dick got his, and I got mine. Chuck got his, if he was around at that time. Probably once a month, did all that.
And what about you? Did you get to go to a beauty parlor, or did your mom cut your hair, or what?
Inez Schwarm did some, as a neighbor,
Okay.
and she did some of that. I was thinking of that the other day. When did I get my hair cut?
Yeah. How did that go, huh? Yeah. Remember when we were talking about what did you do before you ever got a bathtub in your house? How did you handle that? Remember?
Just as far as I remember, we always had a bathtub.
He did, I did.
We did.
Oh, okay.
So.
We remodeled we remodeled the kitchen and a lot bigger, and they built onto that bedroom and a bathroom, and then the back porch.
Big entranceway, yeah.
Very nice.
Another big part of the Kroll family was baseball.
Oh, yeah, every Sunday.
Every Sunday went to ball games. I do not remember my dad playing ball because I was just too young. I remember him playing some softball in what they call the Tavern League or the Doubleheader League. But coming down the line, one of the trivia questions at the Door County Baseball Hall of Fame just last week, or 2 weeks ago, was what family has the most immediate people in it in the Hall of Fame? Well, it came out to be our family. My dad was in it, is in the Door County Baseball Hall of Fame. Brother Bob, Brother Dick, Brother Chuck, myself, and Mary Ann's oldest, Steve Ehlers. And my grandkids will probably end up, Nick Keita and
Oh,
Brady
yeah.
Keita could end up being in it too.
Oh, yeah.
So we got father, 4 sons, grandson, and possibly a couple of great grandsons in there.
Fantastic.
So it kind of sticks in the family.
It does. I love baseball.
Yes.
And that's where I've been going since my kids were in high school, still going. My Brady Keita's a senior at Gibraltar right now, and in fact, we're going to a game tonight
Yeah. We're
at Gibraltar.
okay.
That's wonderful. Yeah.
So during my life, all my kids went to Sevastopol, so I was a pioneer for many years, and then I was a Viking for the last how many years, and then I got 2 more back at Gibraltar, or at Sevastopol again, so
Okay.
going back to be a pioneer again.
Okay. Wonderful.
Yeah.
And your children all went to Sevastopol, right? And then
My kids did,
they
yeah.
moved away?
Yeah. The only ones that were in Door County was Steve and Lori, and they had two girls and a boy. And they went to Sturgeon Bay, you know. But the rest of them are De Pere, Luxembourg, that type of thing.
And all your brothers, no, Dick
Dick
was
And Bob.
here.
Everybody, the farthest one that anybody ever, when Bob lived in Green Bay, he was the farthest brother away from us.
Okay,
Tom was always in Algoma,
okay.
and Dick always lived on, he bought the farm, and there's another story too. He went to tech school in Milwaukee as a mechanic.
Okay,
He worked a couple of years as a mechanic, and all at once he bought a farm. He was never going to be a farmer.
I know.
He bought Clarence Wagner's farm, which is on Plum Bottom Road, which is now the Plum Local place.
okay.
And he needed more land, so he bought the property that I am on now, Frank and Johnny Niemeyer's farm. And I eventually bought the house from him. Eventually bought 40 acres from him. And eventually bought another 40 from him. So I got the whole 80 back. So I live on Division Road, only about 3 miles from our home farm, which is where the Shortness Farm Market is.
Yeah,
So all came back home again.
interesting.
So if my occupation, I was a school teacher. I taught at Shiocton for 1 year, and then I came back and taught 33 years at Sturgeon Bay. So
And what did you teach?
mainly in the woodworking department.
Oh, you did?
Yes.
Okay.
So
So do you have a lot of things that you've made?
yeah, my house.
You
I had it
built
on
your house?
Well, good share of it, because when I bought it, the Niemeyer farm was the cows were pastured right up to the house. There was no plumbing in the house when I bought it.
I did not know
And
that.
the only heating that was in the house was a Junger space heater in one room. So I just worked on it as I was living there. Put an addition on, and
Were you raising your family while you were doing?
oh yes,
Oh, yeah.
oh yeah. You bet. And Carol always stayed home with the kids, so he had a good life growing up.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I helped Dick on the farm all summer long. Worked good because I had the summers off from school. And so he helped me, I helped him. We did a lot of haying together. And so it worked out really good. Because when do you need most, you're haying all summer long. So through thousands and thousands of bales.
And you talked about, you all went to church at St. John the Baptist,
In
Right.
Carver.
and it was Father Savard,
He was there.
Father Beausoleil,
Yes,
Those
he
are the
was-
two
he was
that I
there.
remember.
Yeah.
I was a server.
okay? And remember catechism, the 2 weeks of
And
summer
summer.
and catechism.
I know.
First
Yes.
2 weeks out of school, when the summer came, you went to Harvard to 2 weeks of catechism with the nuns.
That's right. And I thought it was quite nice because we got to meet the kids from Sunny Point that
Yes.
way.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Agreed.
And you met Egg Harbor, and then we even had Juddville and Fish Creek.
Carlsville?
Carlsville,
That's
all
right.
of
Oh,
those.
yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
It was a good time.
It was good. It was
Yeah.
good. But talking about farming, I was the oldest. And I was telling them the other day, I rode the binder, right? For the grain.
The grain binder, yeah.
And you had to release the shocks.
shocks.
And you had to put them in a row. Then after a while, you had to go and shock them, put them in, what do you call that?
I don't know, it was before my time.
Oh, yeah, I know it was. Because I was the oldest, you know, and I told them yesterday, I told you, I think.
All the loose hay.
Oh, yeah. Dad and I were on I think Bob maybe drove the tractor, I'm not sure. Anyway, Dad and I was on the hay. The loader was on the back of the wagon on the tractor. And we had spread that hay on the wagon. It's a lot of work. Then you'd they'd take it and put it up in the mound and you just spread it again. It was bad. Things are so much easier on a farm now.
Everything's automatic, now it's driving,
Oh,
now it's
my.
a lot of driving tractor on the farm
It was
compared to
something.
manual labor.
It was something. It was a good life. I enjoyed school. I liked school.
So you can't have a better life than growing up on a farm.
It's interesting.
Well, that's good.
Always something.
Yeah.
And we even had something to do with your dad. And
Oh,
we had
yeah.
we had to get some equipment made on the farm, and of course your dad was a
Yeah, he was.
engineer of Big Harbor.
He
We
was.
needed a brush rake on the front of the tractor. So the tractor, we drove down there and he made a brush rake to, after you prune trees, to scoop up all the brush, push it into
That's right.
the brush pile and burn it. So, and another little thing that we had up in the corner in Jackson Park was Freeman Anschutz, who did welding for everybody, because not everybody had a welder back then. You go up there and get something welded, what's the cost? 50 cents, 75 cents. Everything seemed so cheap back then.
That was right next to the,
To the
Tavern?
tavern. Sure.
Yes, and there was a
Yeah, to the
grocery
left.
store between.
oh, okay.
Remember the grocery store that's another grocery store,
I remember.
right across the road from the tavern.
I don't remember
Then Freeman
that.
Anschutz was right.
Yeah.
There's a I don't know what's in there now, some artsy.
Oh,
thing.
there.
That used to be the grocery store.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
So, who met their spouse on the school bus?
I did. After it consolidated with Sebastopol, in fact, I met her, I was in the 8th grade and she was a freshman. Carol
Okay.
Londo.
Yes.
I'd pick her up every morning. I'd save a seat for her. That started everything.
So you started young.
I started young.
Yes,
but
you did.
I just met her young. I didn't start anything.
Oh, okay. Oh, well, that's
It's a little
nice.
different nowadays.
It was, yeah.
Yes. So, what about weddings and things like that? Did you all have big weddings, or?
She had a bigger wedding than anybody. Lasted all day.
Did. Got married, I think at 10 o'clock in the morning, huh?
Well, I was pretty young.
10.
I was only 10.
Yeah, he was. And it was, then we
Always
went
had a
to,
noon lunch
we had at Casey's.
at Casey's.
And then we had, at the happy hour in Valmy, we had
Before it burned down.
reception. And we had from 9 till 1, we had at Fernwood's, a polka band, of course. It was a great time.
Nice long day.
It was.
It was.
It was interesting.
Mine was a little short. I think we got married at 1 o'clock at St. Peter and Paul Institute. We ended up having our reception and dance at the Mill Supper Club.
Oh, okay.
And I got married at St. John, St. Carver.
Oh, you got married at St. Peter and Paul?
Yeah, because that's where Carol's
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
went to
okay.
church.
You were at St. Yeah. Yes.
And I had a granddaughter that got married, it'll be 2 years at Egg Harbor. Got married in the church,
Okay.
Marissa.
So, did most of the kids have big weddings, or get married around here, or did they go where the wives? Because you had a lot of brothers. Did they always get married where the wife was?
Well,
Right. I think they all did.
Yeah. We,
And my 3 oldest got married in Bailey's Harbor by Father Capucci.
Okay.
Remember him?
No, I didn't know him.
Okay.
No.
We needed a bigger church than Egg Harbor, so
Oh.
we got
Oh, yeah.
married in Bailey's Harbor.
Okay.
yeah,
Nice.
Stephen Rory got married in Egg Harbor. Scott and Beth got married in Green Bay,
Okay.
or De Pere. I gotta think a second.
And my 3 oldest
Linda got married in Biellis.
my 3 oldest children are still living in Door County.
Okay.
Brenda's married to Jay Keita, who's the manager at the Piggly Wiggly in Sister Bay. And Brian, he works for, I got it written down here, for Action Electric.
Okay,
And Shelley works at Nicolay Bank. And my two youngest ones, one lives in Auburndale and one lives in Wausau.
okay,
So we don't get to see them quite as much.
yeah.
But 7 out of the grandchildren are in Door County.
See, I don't have that.
Wonderful.
I have 3,
It's nice.
they were in Sturgeon Bay, now they're not anymore either. You know, they're all grown. And they're all different places.
Yeah, well, that's,
That's the way life is.
yeah, it is. So is there anything else that you feel like we didn't discuss here?
I was gonna tell you the different people that lived around us and as we were growing up.
Yes, that's what I wondered, if you were ready for
Yeah,
that.
I'm ready for that.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, across the road was Alan Keno. And what was her name?
Evelyn.
Evelyn Keno, Alan and Evelyn. Well, Paul Keno took over the farm, so I knew Paul more than anybody running that farm. Going south, Bob Martins and his dad Charlie Martins. They lived on the same farm.
Where the Bernards live now.
And then next one on the corner was Ernie Richards on the corner. On the corner of 42 and Sunny Slope. If you took a right and went west, you did Wilmer Martins. And Mrs. Martins, or Grandma Martins as we call her, lived up on top of the hill.
And then Jerry.
Emma.
And then Jerry ended up there, where Jerry lived. And if you went east on Sunny Slope, then you got the Paul Keene. And then you got the Stanley and Francis Gresky. And then there was a Durante place that always was empty while I was growing up. Going down the road a little bit on the right was Tilton Gabert. And if you took Oak Road down going straight north from there is where my sister lives. Going down the other side of the property, down Plum Bottom Road, Harry Doolittle. And there was a Raiders and who lived across the road from the Raiders?
There were 2 Raiders.
And I forget, I got that written down here someplace.
Doolittle.
No, Doolittle was I had before.
Oh, did you?
It might have been Charlie Rader. Then her tenors lived there next.
Yes, they did.
The next one down was Marion and Lester Volkman. And before you got to Bob Spittlemeister's on top of the hill, at the bottom was George Michaels. People probably don't remember that name. But I went to school with Donald and Michael Michaels. And then as you kept going up the road farther, you got Andersons and other people, Wayne Lautenbach up on the corner. Going down Highway 42 north, you would run into, at the bottom of the hill was Julia Zorn.
Oh, yeah.
And then there was an old log house on the opposite across the road that Danny Lautenbach eventually bought and
He
built.
lived there for a while.
He lived there for a while. Then there was the Wayside, and then was Mrs. Norman's store. And then was Cliff Nelson.
Oh, yeah.
And the next person up, their house burnt down by the name of Ivan Haling, if you remember. Then up the road on the right was Greg Free. Then you got the Sunny Point Gardens and Sunny Point School. And another thing about that, Herman Schmidt had Sunny Point Gardens at the time. He would keep the school warm over the weekends, shoveling in the coal and so on. And Henry Gilson at the time would take care of the stoker in the basement. He'd hire us kids to fill the stoker for 50 cents. So we helped fill the stoker during the year. And then as you come back to our farm, which is where the Shortness Farm Market is, go down County Trunk G. Of course, first you had Alan Keno. Below the hill was Ed and Dorothy Manshot. And then on the right side was Sid and Inez Schwarm.
That's right.
And I remember going to that place because Mom used to get perms from Inez. And if you went a little farther, you got the Howard Luther. I just remember Howard Luther because Howard's wife was a sister to Marvin Dobner. And then you ended up going to the end and taking a left going down to Horseshoe Bay.
Yeah.
So I just remember these things from before I was 15, just from people that were there. And another friends that we had going down on, I didn't go Highway 42 farther south. After Ernie Richards Corner, then there was Bill Lautenbach lived there. Bob Lautenbach's dad.
Yeah.
And then Marvin Byoffice ended up buying that property. And then on the left side was
Beavers.
Ed Bavery. Then as you went a little farther, you got to the Erickson clan, all redheads. I remember that. I don't know I just remember some of the names, but I don't remember what the parents' names were. And then as we went down the hill, you got Gerald Carmody's Corner, as we always called it. And then Albert Carmody was next. Donald Krieger was next. Marv Dobner was next. And then you got the downtown Carlsville. So that's the people I knew back then.
Okay. Good. You forgot the stone house on the right, across from,
What did I
Oh,
miss?
yeah.
Across from where?
Across from the guy that owns the restaurant.
yeah,
What's the name of
and I
it?
can't think of their name. It's my relation.
What is?
Yeah.
I don't know
What
that.
what direction are you
She
talking?
was a Schuster, I think.
You
Right
know,
across the road from
Gerald
Carmody.
Carmody's Corner.
Gerald Carmody. Right across that.
I didn't know those. Yeah, I know the house is still there. Didn't know that.
Yeah, yeah,
Missed
Yeah, I
that.
didn't
Missed
either.
that name.
yeah.
Okay.
No problem. You did a good job.
Yeah.
It's amazing. You know, isn't it amazing? And I think whoever watches this that are older, that are our age and
Yeah.
older,
Remember that.
they're gonna love it, hearing these names of these people, because
Right.
how many of them are not even here anymore, you
most of them
know?
aren't.
And they had come to it.
I remember in the winter times before the roads were really cleared too good by plowing, we used to walk all the way to the top of the hill by Bob Spittelmeister and get on a sleigh and we used to slide right down the middle of the road, make it almost all the way to Lester Bookman's. There was a kind of double hill there. Remember doing that? Always had to find things to do.
My kids didn't do that.
Well, we did a lot of different things like that in the winter. Didn't we slide downhill wherever you could find a hill?
Right, you
And go,
did.
and wherever you could, skate.
That's
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
And there were things,
Wherever you found a pond, you'd ice skate on.
yeah.
I remember by next to Ed Bavery's, there was always a big water pond there. Used to go down there, put the skates on and skate
Yeah.
around in there.
Yeah,
So,
so
But
there
the-
was nothing, you know, we did keep busy.
We did.
are we finished?
Okay.
I want to say a few things about my dad, Albert Kroll. He was not a politician, but he was on lots of different boards. He was on the American Dairy Association. He belonged to the Fruit Growers Co-op. He was also town chairman of Egg Harbor. Charlie Martins previously was town chairman. He was killed in a car accident. And Dad became chairman until he passed away in 1963. And then Milton Hayne became the town chairman. Another thing I forgot to mention too is that Dad, in 1963, when he passed away, it was 2 days, it was November 20th, 1963, it was 2 days before Kennedy got assassinated. So those two things are very prominent in my mind, so.
I thank you very much. It's been delightful visiting with you, and I'm so glad that I got the chance. And this has been Judy Dexheimer doing the interview. So thank you very much. I appreciated it.
You're welcome.
Well, thank you. Brought back a lot of good memories.
Yes, it did.